Okay folks, I'm doing this tutorial to show you how to do the securing your Facebook against hackers. I'm doing just the phone version so that you'll be able to view it full screen properly on the phone. I was getting reports from some people that they just couldn't see it large enough to really see what was happening. So I'll take you through this on this tutorial strictly for the phone. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do, of course, is open up your Facebook. And then we're going to go down to the lower right corner where you see those three horizontal lines to bring up your menu. Okay, and then we're going to scroll down until we get to Settings and Privacy. And just before I show you how to change your password and turn on your two-factor authentication, if you look near the bottom of your screen, you'll see where it says code generator. So that'll be important later if you're using two-factor authentication when you're trying to log in on a computer. And this is where you come to activate your code generator to get your two-factor code. But for how we're going to be doing this on the phone, you won't need that. So we're just going to go and tap on your settings button near the top here. And then we're going to go to security and login. Okay, now you'll notice in the middle of the screen it'll say where you're logged in. So this is going to show you how many people are actually, or how many locations are actually logged into your account. And this is important because if someone else, the hacker, is logged in on another device somewhere, it's going to show you right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap on the little blue See All. And now this is going to show you all these different devices that are logged in on your account. And what you want to do is scroll down to the bottom and you're going to tap on log out of all sessions. So we'll do that. It's going to give you a little warning. This will log you out of Facebook from every device, blah, blah, blah. So we're just going to confirm it by tapping log out. Okay, so the only place you're going to be logged in now is on your phone. So then we're going to go into change password. So we'll tap that. And then up here you'll put in your current password. You'll put in your new password. Now I'm not going to do this, of course, because I don't want to have to change my password again. But I just want to talk a little bit about choosing a password. You want to pick something that is fairly long. I would recommend at least 12 characters, preferably 15. And you want to try and, I mean, it's okay to use words that you're going to remember, but use a spelling that isn't correct. That way, if somebody is trying to use a hacker tool known as dictionary attack, where they'll actually try and string together words out of a dictionary, it won't work for them. So you want to also use some random letters and numbers. And I know it seems like a kind of a pain, but it's pretty important to do this. And you're not always going to have to be logging in with this. Once you've logged in on each separate device that you have, then you're not going to have to go through the process of logging with your password again. That's also why we have to do that procedure of making sure everybody's logged out. So now I'm not going to save changes. I'm just going to cancel here. But in your case, you would save changes. And after you do that, it's actually going to basically log you off. And then you'll have to log back in with your new password. Now, what you want to do once you've logged back in and you've come back to this same spot that I showed you how to get here before, you want to make sure that you check where you're logged in here again, and make sure you hit your see all, and just make sure that there's still only one of you logged in. And if there isn't just the one location logged in, then make sure you log out all the sessions again. Okay, so once that is done, now we're going to deal with the two-factor authentication. So I'm going to talk for a minute about what two-factor authentication is and how it works. So what this means is that when you log in from a device that you haven't logged in before, or if you're logging in from a different program, let's say you're normally using the app, but for some reason you need to use a browser, or you're logging in for the first time with your Facebook Messenger. So that's going to be seen by Facebook as a different device, even if it's on the actual same phone or computer or whatever. So what's going to happen is after you enter your username and password, then it's going to need to verify that it's really you trying to log in. And there's a couple of ways that this can happen. Actually, there's 3 different ways, but for the purposes of doing this with the phone, there's really only one you need to worry about, and depending on how you set this up. But I'm going to show you the one that's really the simplest and secure way to do it, and that is it's going to send you a code to your standard text messaging app, which is done through your phone number. So if you haven't already registered your phone number with your Facebook account, you'll have to go and do that now before you turn this on. Otherwise, you'll have to use a different method for two-factor authentication, which is a little more complex to use. And I will be producing another tutorial in the future on how to do it that way. But it's kind of important I get this out in a timely manner, so we're just going to show you the one way for right now. So you'll go into use two-factor authentication, and then you'll see here near the top, it's the only button I've got right there says turn off. Now for you, because it's not on, then that button is going to say turn on. So we're going to turn it on, and then you'll see where it says right below that your security method, and then it's going to default to sending a text message through SMS, and that's the one you want to go with. Now you could hit those 3 little dots on the right and choose a different method, but again, that is a little more complicated to deal with. So now once you've chosen that, you'll need to OK it, and then you're going to be required to enter the code that it sends you. So what'll happen when you go to log in is it's going to, as soon as you put in your password, then it's going to pause and say, okay, I'm sending you a code, and it's going to give you a spot to put the code in. And when you get an SMS message incoming, it'll pop it down over the top of the screen, and you just look at what that 6-digit code is that it's giving you, and then you can type it in. Now I'm already logged in, so it's not going to ask me right at the moment. And since I've already logged in with this particular device, it's not going to ask me at a later date. if I log off and then log back on again with this same app. So I can't really show you how it works, but it's pretty self-evident once you do it. So once you activate this, it's going to log you off, and you'll need to log back on, and then it's going to verify you with the code. And once you're logged in, then it'll keep you logged in anytime you open the program back up, unless you specifically log off. So here's another feature that you should set up. See here where it says setting up extra security, and it says get alerts about unrecognized logins. So we want to go into that. And then you've got 3 choices here. You can turn them all on if you want, but really you only need one. Now I like to use personally Messenger to get notifications. So then you'll just choose the get notifications, make sure that's checked, and then hit save. And you'll have to re-enter your password. Okay, so once that's done, then you can just back out of that. We just double check to make sure it actually is turned on. Now another layer you can add is you can choose friends that you can contact if you ever get locked out of your account, and they'll be trusted to allow you to log back in. So I wouldn't do this unless it's somebody that you can actually call on the phone, or somebody that you can talk to personally before you activate anything like that, or give anyone that level of power, because that could be used against you down the road to hack your account. So you have to be really, really sure about the person you're going to involve with that. So I'm not going to show you how to do that here. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial, folks. So if you got value out of what we're doing, please hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. It helps us out with YouTube. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when my next video comes out. Well, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.